For 2025, there are a few things that we can keep in mind to adapt to the changes that we will be experiencing. And to name the 3 things that I think we should keep in mind is we need to understand the difference between the real world and the social media world. Work hard while being smart. And we need to be positive. So now that is 2025, there's a few things that I've learned in 2024. I've grown from it, and I just feel like now more than ever it's important to keep these things in mind, especially now that there's a new president, there's new laws, there's new everything going around, there's new work requirements. We all need to stay in check with ourselves and be aware of our surroundings. Too much have we been subjected to the world of TikTok.
Spectacular, give me 14 of them right now.
Really?
Mommy, a girl behind you.
Do you know that? No. But in the club, we all fam.
Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, like anything that's on social media, we've been stuck there, and we can be there, but we also need to understand there's a real world, and we need to learn how to be in this real world and create a balance. Honestly, with the whole TikTok ban that happened recently, that's kind of what pushed me to make this video, because it's something I've been thinking about. But seeing so many people their lives are ruined because TikTok was banned. And I get the people who are made money off of TikTok, but then it's well, just like anyone else, what would you do if you lost your job? Would your life be over, or would you rebuild? There's just certain things that I feel like we can think about as a whole, and more importantly as an individual. So to go into those 3 things, let's talk about the first one: difference between the real world and the social media world. Social media is quite literally a digital world created to take our attentions away from the real world, and too much have people relied on social media news rather than the real news that's happening around them. Too much have they been allowing themselves to be scared because they've seen something on social media when it turns out it's not even true. Too much people rely on fake news to go about their lives, and then they get in trouble. One of the recent things, because right now it's tax season, and one of the things I've seen on TikTok is people saying how they weren't going to pay their taxes if TikTok gets banned.
Really? Really?
Yeah, you guys realize that the IRS and TikTok are 2 completely separate things, and you do realize that your US money is part of the IRS. So if you're not going to pay back your taxes, you're going to go to jail. It's that simple. So it's just I know people have said on TikTok that they weren't going to do it, but then in real life, people more than likely are going to be too scared. I would hope they'd be too scared to do it. But what if they weren't? Then they got trapped into the TikTok world, and they didn't pay their taxes, and now they're in debt, and now they're going to jail. That's just something you have to think about, because that's the truth. And like I said, there can be a balance. Enjoy the entertainment of social media. I love to watch TikTok doom scroll. I know I shouldn't, and I do want to make a video about doom scrolling, but I do enjoy being on social media, hence my YouTube. So it's just you have to create a balance, and you have to understand the difference between the real world and the social media world. Work hard while being smart. Now, if you're looking for a job currently, or even last year, you probably noticed how hard it is to find a job. Things are changing, rules are changing. Almost every job industry is changed. You now have to adapt to that change and work harder to get the job. You have to apply your skills, you have to gain new skills. There's just so much that you have to put into to get that new job if that's what you really want. And you gotta stop being lazy. This isn't no let me apply and I get the job. No, you have to do your research, and you have to make sure you qualify the job If you don't qualify the job, at least make your resume look like you qualified for the job. You know what I mean? Like, do the research and figure out what you need to do to get that job, because it's possible, but you gotta put in the effort. Be positive. Now, this is something that touchy. I'm not saying be happy, which I think we all should be happy, but that's something that we really can't control. Our emotions are just things that happen to us, and that's something else. But being positive is something that we can control. Even if you are sad, even if you are mad, stay positive and go about whatever it is, whatever issue you have, go about that positively. And I want to provide like a real example of that, because I feel like that one might be hard to understand. The other day, maybe yesterday or 2 days ago, I was like sad and I didn't want to do anything. I know I needed to do a lot. Like, I know I needed to do my schoolwork. I know I needed to clean up. I know I needed to just get up and do something, but I really didn't want to. I was like, I felt unmotivated, and I felt like it's not worth it. Like, what will I gain out of it? I'm like, I'm not worth making myself better, because I've never changed in the past. I've never got better in the past, so why should I try now? But then I look at the reality, because that was just how I was feeling. Reality is, I've grown so much from the person I was like, man, I hate myself, and then I've grown so much from that. So it's like, why can't I continue to grow? Because I still am. So it's just like, that kind of what triggered me to be like, okay, well, even though I'm feeling down, I can still get up and I can still try and still work to better myself, because it's possible. I've done it already. So just look at the truth, look at the realness, and stay positive. Choose to be positive, because being positive over negative, that is a choice, and that is something that you can control. I truly feel like I'm happier in 2025, and I'm choosing to look on the positive side of everything, just because I know it's possible. I know it's possible to be positive in every situation, even when I'm sad, even when I'm mad, even if I'm feeling unmotivated and depressed. I know that there is a positive outlook to all of it, and that is a choice I am going to make. So now in the new year, I hope everyone can receive some type of message, even if it's not from me. But I hope everyone can receive some type of message, some type of realization that you have to change in 2025. You have to do something different to keep up with the world. Because just like in the past, people have grown, they've evolved, and then the people who couldn't grow or evolve, they died. They suffered, and their life was non-meaningful. And I just feel like if you want to continue to live a meaningful life, you have to continue to change with the changes of the world. And every year it's just going to change and change and change, and it's up to us as individuals to continue on with the change. So that is what I've learned to be better. So that is what I've learned to be better in 2025. I really hope that there's a lot of messages I put in this video, so I really hope one of them stick, because they're all important and they all relate and they all lead up to changing yourself for the better and adapting. So I really hope that you could take one of those messages, and really think about it and do your own research and learn and grow.